Today may very well be a very sad and I don't know, just not a great day, because I am going to take my car to NIO to have them evaluate it, and I might be selling it back to them. This car has been with me through, well, you guys have seen it all actually, and if you haven't, obviously go back and watch my channel. But I've been all around China in this car, a lot of good memories in this car. It's been perfect, been a lot of fun, and I'm just gonna take you on the process of selling the car back to NIO. If it does happen, I'm not sure. I'll tell you why I'm gonna sell it too as we go through this video. So the first part of this process is NIO asked me to bring the car in clean, and I don't always keep my car very clean, but I went and had it cleaned, and as you can see, it still looks pretty much like brand new. I do have a few issues. Recently my car got keyed or scratched by somebody. I don't know if you can see this here, but it goes all along here, which is not good. Although my NIO worry-free service does include getting scratches out like that, so I could have it fixed for free. So we're gonna go, come on, easy. Come on, kid. Easy. Come on. Hop on in, go. Good girl. Okay, you wait right there. So me and Easy will be seeing you at the NIO Service Center. Really good memory from when I picked up my car. My car was right here where this white EC6 is with the bow on it, the red bow, exact same spot. So they're gonna inspect my car and they're gonna tell me how much they're gonna give me. So as simple as that. They said it should take about 40 minutes. NIO did their inspection of my car, and this morning, about an hour ago, they came back to me with a price about what they're gonna pay me if I decide to trade my car in. At the end of this video, I'm gonna tell you how much they offered, and spoiler alert, I'm gonna accept it. But first, I'm gonna give you a couple of reasons why I have decided to sell my NIO and what my thought process is behind it. Before we do that, let me show you around here. It's a rainy day, Shenzhen, Nanshan, Shekou. Over there is like a museum and concert hall, and the Hyatt, and a beautiful harbor over here. And just across the way over there is Hong Kong New Territories, which haven't been able to go to Hong Kong in the whole time I've lived in Shenzhen. It's funny because everybody always says one of the best things about living in Shenzhen is being able to go to Hong Kong, but you know, COVID. And so speaking of COVID, that's one of the reasons why I'm selling the car. Now, I'm gonna go into another video in the future about why I'm leaving China for now. Obviously, some of those reasons also apply to why I'm selling the car. I do plan to come back to China, and again, I'll talk about that in a different video. But anyway, the first reason why I'm planning to sell my NIO is just uncertainty. For the past almost 3 years now since COVID hit, I know my life has been filled with tons of uncertainty, and I think that for a lot of people, it's the same. Hopefully in other parts of the world where COVID regulations are starting to ease, we're starting to understand what the future looks like a little bit. Hopefully for those people, there's less uncertainty. But here in China, I still feel quite a lot of uncertainty about what's happening. And what I mean by that is, like, you know, rules constantly change. There's no end game in sight. I don't know what the goal is for China at this point. When I got the car a little over a year ago, one of the reasons was because I wanted to travel, spend time going around China, and I thought, you know, there's a lot of more regulations on like flying, checking into hotels. There's lots of rules and regulations with regards to that. With car, self-drive is a little bit more free, right? And so when I did my first trip all around China last year in the NIO, most places didn't require any COVID testing. Hotels didn't require COVID testing. Going to new provinces or new cities didn't require COVID testing. But as it stands right now, you know, everywhere you go, COVID testing is required. Even a lot of places, like when I did my road trip earlier this year in February, when I drove to Yunnan, if you guys have seen that, you know, there were hotels that didn't let me stay, even with a COVID test. You might have seen there was some local towns and cities that wouldn't let me even into their city, like off the highway into their city, even with a COVID test. And so part of the reason why you buy a car And travel with the car is for like freedom, right? You have the freedom to go where you want, do what you want. But currently, with how the policy is going in China, even with the car, you don't really have freedom to travel. I mean, I shouldn't say that, because you do have freedom to go places. I can drive wherever I want, but then I just might not be let into that place, you know? Like, so I guess it's a limit of freedom. And it makes it even worse to be a foreigner, because a lot of places, even before COVID, a lot of places like smaller towns, more wary of foreigners. You have a harder time finding a hotel to stay in smaller towns in China, but now with COVID, a lot of places, they don't even want anybody coming. So anyway, that's the first reason, just uncertainty. Like, what's the point of my car? I live in Shenzhen, and if I'm in Shenzhen, I can just take a taxi anywhere, it's cheap. I can take a subway anywhere, it's cheap. If I'm just driving across town, there's no reason to really have a car. It's not like I'm driving to work and back every day, no commute like that. So to add on to the further uncertainty of everything that's going on is, I'm leaving in China in like less than 2 weeks now, and I don't know when I'll be coming back. So, you know, if I don't know when I'm coming back, I'm just going to be paying for the car. The car is paid for. The car is outright paid for. I bought it with cash last year, but I'll still have to pay my battery as a service fee, which is 1,500 RMB a month. Still have to pay my parking fee, which is 300 a month. And these fees are not that exorbitant, but they do add up. And if I'm not using the car, it's just, you know, throwing money down a pit. I would like to come back to China, but at this point in my life, I'm not sure like what that looks like, you know. It may be that I go home for a few months, or maybe a month in America, go spend some time in Europe is what I hope to do. And then maybe I will be settling down in Southeast Asia or something, or maybe Costa Rica. I really don't know, because I think it's going to be hard to come back to China and live in China. You know, things might change, but right now things are looking more and more isolationist, and policies are looking more and more strict. It's not easing, it's getting worse. So those are the first two major reasons, I guess, is just uncertainty, and that I'm leaving China. I don't need a car. And then the third reason, I guess, is just that, you know, right now with economy, also I guess it plays into uncertainty. The economy is not really good right now, and I don't have a job, and I'm not expecting China to like totally collapse or anything, but it feels right now that things are economically worse than they've ever been in the 10 years I've been here. I'd rather have cash than a car right now. And not just in China or the economy in China, but in general. Seems like it's pretty bad everywhere. And so right now, cash, even with inflation, cash is kind of king right now, and I can time when to put my money into the market if I have cash. Whereas if I just have a car, it's just a liability. It's just a sunk cost that I'm paying every month. Whereas with cash, I can use it, I can spend it, I can go places, I can do things, and I can invest it. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. So that's why I'm going to get rid of my car. So let me know what you guys think about that. You know, if I was coming back to China in 1 month, I would probably keep the car. But I would say at least I'll probably be out of China for 4 or 5 months. So that's, you know, over 10,000 RMB that I'll be losing just having my car parked. Let me get walking here in the rain. So with that being said, how much is NIO going to pay me for my car? Last year when I bought the car, 14 months ago, I paid 423,000 RMB. They offered me 298,000 RMB. Plus I also get my worry-free insurance that's unused back, which is about 9,000 something. They don't know exactly because they have to calculate it by day, and I haven't returned my car yet. I have 7 days to return my car. So that'll be another 9,500 approximately RMB. So I'm gonna get about almost 309,000 RMB. It's crazy because like in America and probably other places, secondhand EVs are going for just the same amount as brand new EVs. There's a shortage of EVs available on the market. And a lot of people have made the argument that one of the good things about having, you know, a battery rental or ability to swap your battery is that it can maintain the cost of your car, retain its value. I would say in that case, it's probably more of like a long-term thing. But for a short term, I don't really think that's the case. And since I'm locked into the contract with NIO for battery as a service, I'm not really able to sell it private party, which I wouldn't want to anyway. It'd be way more difficult. I would pay a few, $1,000 extra or whatever extra, just for the convenience of having NIO take care of everything. I'm one of those people that I really value convenience. I don't like wasting my time and effort and energy trying to track down some private party seller, or I'll be the seller, but somebody to buy my car and work out a deal with them and all that stuff, and hope they have the cash and didn't watch it fall through last minute. So I'm taking the hit on the car. But I'll have about $45,000 cash, which, like I said, I can deploy into the markets as I want, or I can keep it in cash, or use it to travel. So it's all good. I don't really mind. I had a lot of fun with the car. I would say that I got a lot more than $20,000 worth of value out of the car, which is approximately what I'll be losing on the value of the car. I got to see a lot of China. I got to make a lot of content for YouTube. It's just been a fun time, and so I don't mind it at all. At the end of the day, I think it's the right decision. Let me just show you a little bit more Shenzhen and Hong Kong before I leave this beautiful city and this amazing country. Right there in front of me, still in Shenzhen. You may or may not be able to see a bridge through the clouds over there, heading to Hong Kong. And all those buildings behind that bridge, those are all Hong Kong new territories. And over here, all Hong Kong. Off that way is the Hong Kong airport. So you can't see it now with all this construction going on and the tiny camera I have. But the ferry terminal is just over there behind that construction. And I'm gonna take the ferry off in that direction to the Hong Kong airport, because there's no flights. There's no flights from China to America. It's brutal. Before I go, why not? Another reason why I might not be coming back to China anytime soon is it's very expensive. There's no flights, like I said, and I think it was, I know it was last year, but last year when I flew back to China, I spent about $3,000 on flight to get back to China, plus quarantine hotel, plus the blood work and testing I had to do in America before I got on the plane to come to China. All up, it was more than $4,000. And right now, flights are even more expensive. I've been looking at flights to come back to China, and they're upwards of $5,000 just for the flight, and I still would have to do the quarantine. So dark, hold on. I still would have to do the quarantine, still would have to do the blood work and everything again. Probably end up out of pocket $6,000 or $7,000, which, why spend $6,000 to fly back to China and live here and be stuck here and be subject to policies that are changing all the time and don't make sense half the time, when instead I can go to Germany, I can go to Norway, maybe I can go to Europe, see my family, see my cousins, see my friends, and then I can go to, who knows, probably Vietnam, maybe Thailand again, settle down if I can figure out a visa situation, maybe Costa Rica. I could do all that and keep my $5,000 or $6,000 that I would spend on just flying to China. So obviously it makes a lot of sense. It's really dark, man. Obviously it makes a lot of sense to not come back to China right now. Not until things normalize. So goodbye to my NIO. It's been a lot of fun. And thanks everybody for joining me on this journey with my NIO for the past year. Let me know in the comments what you think about my decision, and take care, guys. See you on the flip side. Well, this is it, the end of the line for me and my EC6. Thank you all so much for joining me on this journey in my NIO all around China. Probably the next time I have a NIO, if I ever do, will be when I buy my mom a NIO in the United States of America, hopefully next year. Hopefully she can trade in her Model Y, pick up a NIO, but that remains to be seen. I'm right now about 2 minutes away from the NIO Center where I'm dropping off this car, and they have agreed to purchase it back for me. So once again, thanks everybody for joining me on my channel and driving around China and everything like that. It's kind of sad, about to cry, but I think I'll be okay. So take care, guys. Bye bye.